Hey, what's up YouTube? You are watching Ready Set Drone, and today I have the Potensic Dreamer 4K, a drone for dreamers with 4K and GPS built in. So don't go to sleep, stay tuned and we'll check out and see if it's a good dream or a nightmare. All right, so just like other drone companies out there, Potensic has its 4K GPS flagship camera drone called the Dreamer. Potensic is a good company. I've enjoyed most of the products I've flown that they make. They seem to make pretty good toy-grade drones, but this I think is going to be a little higher level than a toy-grade drone with a 4K camera and GPS. There's the instructions. It has a plastic shell. Oh, there it is right there. Hey, look at that guy. Looks fairly similar to a lot of the GPS drones that you see. White color. Looks like it has brushless motors. This feels like the battery charger here in this piece of plastic. This feels like the battery. It's all wrapped up nicely. And let's see what's in here. The remote control. And I think, unless there's something under here, nope, that's everything that's in the box. Let's start with the remote. So it looks like it has two antennas, a sort of rubbery spot here for your for what I'm assuming would be your phone. It says tips, the joysticks are stored in the remote control top storage box. Okay, so we'll open this take this little tab off. Thank you for that tip. And we will open up this little storage box, as they call it. And hey, there's the joysticks. So we'll pull those guys out. Those are going to be important at some point. They just screw in to the remote like this. All right. And they feel pretty good. They're kind of loose, but you know, we'll see how they feel when you're flying. Let's get the props out. And it comes with 6 props, so a set of spares, or a half set of spares. And let's see, it said to make sure you get the props on the right motor. Ah, it's in white. There it is. It is super duper hard to see because it's right there. It says CW, CCW. Again, Potensic. I mean, thank you for marking it, but I would make it a little bit more obvious. So this is CW, so this is a CW prop. It does say it in red here on the prop, which is excellent. In here is the battery charger. Get that out. This is a US plug, and it has a USB, a micro USB for, I assume, charging the remote control right there. Again, always prefer if we could start moving to USB-C instead of micro USB. And it looks like it comes with one battery. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, one battery, 4S battery, 3,000 milliamp hours. So decent sized battery, not huge, but you know, big enough to carry this thing, which has the camera built onto it. I'll go ahead and pull the foam out that's protecting the camera. Camera has a little kind of jello, these little things that kind of keep it from going there. So there is a Wi-Fi password that you need to connect the Wi-Fi to it. Battery charger, we'll get this on the charger. So we've got the Potensic Dreamer out here in the field, ready to give it a flight. I have not flown this thing yet. I did set up the app and everything at home before I came out. I did do a compass calibration. It may want me to do it again, I'm not sure. But it is a really pretty drone, I will say. It's got a very sleek, phantom-y kind of look to it. And I'm excited to get it in the air and see how it does. So it did only come with one battery. This battery has I'd say 90% charge on it. I did use it slightly to get the app installed and everything at home. Didn't have a chance to recharge it. So we should still get enough flight time out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and slide the battery in the back, which is pretty standard. Should be pretty easy to pop it in there. And when you pull it out, you wanna squeeze these tabs at the front of them closest to the nose of the drone so you can pull them out. They won't come out if you just pull on it. That's how it stays in there. So let me turn it on and set it down. Okay, and then I'll turn on the remote. You usually probably want to do that in the opposite order. And then my astute camera guy here, Vinny, discovered that this thing slides open. That's how you get your phone in there, which is actually really nice. It has a nice rubbery kind of texture here, so the phone's going to sit there on that. The springs are going to hold it in place, and so that's kind of exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and start a screen recording here on my phone, and then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find this network. There it is, Potensic D1, a bunch of letters and numbers. Then I'm going to bring up the Potensic app, enter device. No SD card detected. I'm glad it warned me. So let me get an SD card in it real quick. I'll put my phone right in here, and hey, that's pretty good actually. Okay, SD card in the camera. We will format SD, confirm, formatting finished. Okay, it says it's connected, it says ready for takeoff. So yeah, let's give it a shot. I will back up just a little bit and see if we can get it up in the air. I'll go ahead and roll video. So I'll just do a quick compass calibration just to be safe. So start calibration, pick it up and give it a little spin this way. Now I'll turn it this way, do the same thing. Okay, it says it's all good. Got a little check mark, success. Oh, one really important thing. When I first turned this on at home, it was in mode 1. You want to make sure if you are flying in North America and most of Europe, I think, mode 2 is where you want to fly. It's the more common mode. Mode 2 is where left is yaw, left stick is yaw and power. Right stick is pitch and roll. Says I have 76% battery. It's a 4S battery. All right, let's give it a try. So I'll start the thing. It doesn't take off by pushing the stick up. I've probably got to push this takeoff button. There we go. So it wouldn't take off by just pushing the left stick and saying take off. So I'm going to take my hands off the stick for a second, and so far GPS seems pretty dialed in, like it's just hanging in one spot. Pan around to Vinny. Now I'm trying to tilt the camera. Does it look like the camera's tilting? Yes. It's tilting very slowly. Now it's facing straight down. Tilting back up. It beeps as it tilts. It's a very slow tilt. It says it has 18 satellites, and it's kind of just hanging out here. It's bouncing up and down a little bit, but not too much, maybe 5-6 inches each time it kind of goes up and down. But holding pretty steady in this decent amount of breeze. So now I'm going to go ahead and just take it out into the field. See how quickly it stops. Yeah, it stops pretty quickly when you let go of the stick. The GPS is working well. Tilt the camera back up. Rotate around so you can see me. Now I'm going to take it up pretty high. We're in meters by default, so I'll take it up to about 100 meters, about 300 feet. Still pretty close to us. See how it does up there in the wind. It says the drone is about to reach maximum height limit. Please fly carefully. Okay. Says it again. We're 30 meters high. Okay, so maybe it's got a height limit that is set up initially that you have to disable, because I'm only about 100 feet in the air, and it's telling me that's as high as I can go. Let me see if I can go any higher. Nope, 30 meters is as high as it will let me go. Beginner mode is off. Oh, okay, there is a setting here for altitude limit, and it doesn't seem to want to let me change that right now. Let's see, go back to maybe I have to change it. Okay, it says to ensure safety, please change the setting after returning. So by default, you can only go 30 meters and only 30 meters in distance too. So I'm gonna take it out what will be 30 meters, and it's probably gonna stop. Yep, drone has reached maximum limit, distance limit. Okay, so by default, about 100 feet, 30 meters up, and 100 feet, 30 meters away from you to start. But you can't override that, so we'll bring it back in and override it and see what happens here. Bring it back in. There's just a little back and forth. And yeah, there's definitely not a gimbal there. You can really see it as it's going back and forth. We'll bring it down here and see if we can land it on the pad. Remember, this guy has no no obstacle avoidance. So I'll just land it right there. So that was a decent first flight. I don't see any sort of electronic stabilization going on, but what I'm going to do now is go into the app here and change this from 100 meters to, from 30 meters to, see if I can make it 100 meters. Yes. See if I can make it actually 300 meters, which would be about, no, it won't let me do that. Can I do 120 meters? Yes. So 120 meters is going to be about 360 feet. Let's see, 150 meters? No, it won't let me do that. So it's kind of tapped. Oh, 120 is the altitude. It says right there, it's the highest you can go. So I'm going to put it at 120 meters. And then distance, the farthest it'll let you go is 800 meters away. So I'll set it to that, 800. And then I will, I guess, just cancel out of this and take back off and see if I can get it up higher and further away this time. Yeah, so I'm already past the 30 meters height. I'm at 60 now, 70, take it up to 80, 90, slowing down. And it's definitely windy up there. I can see it just kind of rocking around. It's giving me a little Pac-Man signal. I don't know what that means. So it's at its max height. And honestly, I can see it up there. I'll take it a little ways off, but I kind of want to keep it over this field in case there's any issues. Yeah, it's definitely getting rocked around up there by the wind. It's kind of moving back and forth and shaking, and in fairness, it is a fairly windy day today, and I'm sure it's much windier up there than it is down here under the trees. All right, we're going to bring it back down. It's not updating its height on my app here. I can still see the video signal. It is coming down. Okay. It's coming down, and it is coming back to me. And it still says it's at 119 meters, but it's not. It's now probably at about 50 meters. And now it says NA, NA, NA for all, and it says disconnected. Interesting, so it's getting close to me, but it says disconnected. Will it recover? I can still control it though. So it's still letting me control it, but it's not connected to the app. All right, let's see if I can reconnect to it. I'm gonna try just going back into Wi-Fi. And yep, I see it there. And it seems to still see it. And then go back into the Potensic app. Okay, so now I'm reconnected to it. And it's giving me an accurate reading of its height and distance. It says it's 4 meters, about 12 feet. That seems about right. And 5 meters distance, about 15 feet. That seems about right too. So it's actually, once you reconnect it, it's good. But there was a little while there where it was disconnected from the app, but I could still control it to bring it back. So that was kind of interesting. I usually think of those things being problematic. Like if it disconnects from the app, you're not gonna be able to fly it anymore. So let's bring it back over here and we'll give the couple of the intelligent flight modes a try. Gonna see if I can make it follow me. So I'm gonna rotate it over here. Gonna tilt the camera down. And I'm going to start recording. And I'm gonna go into follow me. Whoa, up it goes. And it's facing that way now. But let's see if it follows me. Oh, yep, here it comes. It's very shaky on the follow me. Now if I walk towards it, does it go backwards? Now I'm under it, looking for me. Okay. It sort of follows you. I mean, it does follow you. It does so with a lot of herky-jerkiness. All right, let's get out of that mode. Confirm. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to say circle flight. Circle flight. Oh, and it's trying to figure something out. It's facing me again. Now it should do a circle around me. And it is, although it's not really got me in the camera shot very well. That might be a tilt issue. And it won't see those trees over there, but it's far enough away. Okay, there I am. All right, I'll end that. Stop the circle flight. And then I'll try some waypoints. Let's see if it does waypoints. Okay. So it's giving me instructions on it. So the problem with this is currently I'm zoomed out too far to really be able to tell what the heck's going on here. So I'll tell it to go there, and then I'll tell it to come back. So I'll say go. Let's see if it does it. Oh, where are you going, buddy? Oh goodness. Oh goodness, I did not want that. So I thought I'd put it out over the field, and it turns out I'd put it out over the road. So that was a little scary, but yeah, I'm not going to try waypoints. One thing I will say, it looks like the kind of drone you can easily hand catch. Let's try that. Yes, it is easy to hand catch. All right, so the Potensic Dreamer. First of all, I'll tell you the stuff I like about it. It's a very good looking drone. I love the way they designed the remote control. That's actually really cool. And I do like the fact you can also take these sticks off the remote and they can store back here in a little pocket back here, so that if you're wanting to put this in a backpack or something, let me show you. You can actually just put the sticks in here, and yeah, kind of like other manufacturers that make drones. So the remote is well made, and I like that. The other stuff about it, it's kind of clunky, in all honesty. It has a very wobbly flight. Like it's really a little bit of breeze today, but it's really kind of shaking up there in the breeze. The mode thing is a little confusing because it says mode 1, which is actually, it says model 1, which is actually mode 2. So make sure you check that before you go out and try to fly it, so that you're not putting it way up in the air and then realize that it's in a mode you're not used to, because that makes it very hard to control. The intelligent flight modes kind of work, but they're, again, very, especially the follow me was very kind of stop-start, herky-jerky. It wasn't very smooth at all. It didn't really seem to lock onto me. It just seemed to be kind of like calculating every so often how far away the remote was and making a move and then stopping and making a move. I don't know about the image stabilization. I haven't seen the footage yet, but I'm guessing from what I saw on the screen that it's not very good, that it's really, again, very jerky kind of footage. I don't think the camera's too bad, so if you were doing stills or if it was a very calm day with no wind, you might be able to get some decent footage with it, but it doesn't have a gimbal, and if it doesn't have electronic stabilization that works well, it's not going to do very well. So overall, I can't really recommend this as a quad for you to buy for getting cinematography and nice looking video shots, especially for the price. It seems like it's a little expensive compared to other drones that you can get for a little bit more that do a much better job. It's fun to fly. It flies a lot like a Phantom. It looks a lot like a Phantom, and you can hand catch it. And so as a toy or a sort of beginner drone to just kind of start out with and see what it's all about, it's not bad. But just as a quad that you're going to try and do aerial photography or video with, I certainly think there are much better things that are in the same price range or even a little bit cheaper. Now, again, good job on the remote control. One other thing I didn't mention that I don't like, the battery charger for this thing is proprietary. So you have to have the proprietary battery charger, and it's very wonky how you put these pins from the batteries into the charger. Like it doesn't have a nice solid fit to it. First time I tried to charge it, I thought they were on there and they weren't, and so it didn't actually charge. So I had to go back and recharge it. And you want to make sure you see the lights blinking on there. But yeah, the battery charger is pretty poorly designed, and it only comes with one battery. So not a big fan of that either. So yeah, sorry Potensic, big miss on this one, I would say. If you have an opinion on the Potensic Dreamer, please put it down in the comments below and let me know what you think. And I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time on Ready, Set, Drone.